Let's take a couple of minutes and we're going to check out how to set and to display the clock on your Pioneer NEX head unit. Even though your particular in-dash receiver may have buttons on the side or across the bottom like this one, the on-screen operation in this demonstration is identical for the following Pioneer NEX models: AVH-1300 NEX, AVH-1330 NEX, MVH-2300 NEX, AVH-2300 NEX, AVH-2330 NEX, AVH-3300 NEX. So right now we're on a USB source. It could be any source. And if you want to set the clock or the calendar, just touch the clock on the screen. That takes us to the clock set screen. So let's take a look at setting the calendar first. It's very simple. We'll choose the month here first. Well, first is our month and date format. We have day, month, and year, month, day, and year, or year, month, and day. You can choose whatever you like. In my vehicle, I'm going to choose month, day, and year. So we're going to set the month first, and we'll use the arrow keys here to choose a month, and then we'll set the day, and we can set the year. And when we're done with that, we can move over to the time. Right now, we're showing 19:19 or 7:19 p.m. if you use a 12-hour format. We can set the hours here. Now, you'll notice that we're in a 12-hour format for the clock. We can also choose a 24-hour format, but that won't change here, but that will change in the final display. So we'll use the 12-hour format here, and we'll make it 15:25. There we go, 15:25, which is 3:25 p.m. Now, when I hit the X, you'll see we changed the calendar and we changed the date to 3:25 p.m. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can display the clock and change the way the clock display looks. So from any source, again, I'm going to touch the gears up here, and I'm going to go to the color palette, and let's under the color palette here, let's choose clock. And here we have a couple of different fonts that we can choose from to set the clock. Now, this does not change the time on the clock, but only the font that is used to choose one that's a little easier for you to read or one that's a little bit more interesting to look at here. Once you've chosen a font, you can just hit the X, and you'll see that we've changed to that font. And then we can display the clock a number of different ways. Right now we have a source playing on the head unit. We're on the USB source. But if I want to, I can switch the head unit off. So if I press the home button here, that takes me out to my home screen, and you can see that the clock is displayed here. If I touch the AV source screen, I can choose to switch the source off or switch power off. If I choose to switch the source off, now, no music is playing, but we continue to have the clock displayed on the screen. And if I touch the home button here, I can display the clock in a little bit larger font right here. Now, I'm going to go back to my USB source. Another way that I can do that is to choose to switch the source off on my drop-down menu. Here's power off and source off. I'll choose to switch the source off. And that takes me right back to no music playing, but the in-dash receiver is still active, where I can see the clock and I can display the clock a little larger here.